Welcome back to Twist Gaming. We are here live at Origins 2019, bringing you all of the best board game coverage, live and interactive. We are back with Ares, as well as my new friends from Cardboard Reality.
Hi, guys.
Gentlemen, would you please introduce yourselves?
I'm Nathan Bishon.
Dylan Sinclair.
I'm Scott Alberding.
Awesome. So we are here to learn about Ares and the new games that you have brought for us to see and play. And
Yeah, so the first one that I'll get to talking about is our Battlestar Galactica.
Okay.
We for most fans, we make another really popular game called Wings of Glory. It's a miniature flight space or flight battle simulator.
Okay.
And so basically, this is our space version with Battlestar on it. So
All right. So let me give me. I need board game magic. Do you guys know how to do board game magic?
no
I need some spirit fingers.
spirit fingers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I get
I need
spirit
it all. I need it all.
Yeah.
There
we
you go.
Okay, good. Okay, so basically, each person will control a different ship, either a Cylon or one of the human. I totally lost what this is called.
Live is great.
Live is great.
Live
Yep.
is the human ship.
Colonial.
We're
Yeah,
okay.
the colonial. Yeah, sorry.
Shout out to the rule books.
Yeah, shout out to rule books. Yeah, so you're manning the colonials in Cylon, and you're basically using these cards and preemptively using movements
Okay.
to take your ship and fly it all around.
Mhm.
The miniatures, are super extra detailed. I think that's
Oh, yeah,
probably
look at
my
that.
favorite part. Like, you can even, if you look even close enough, you can see like the pilot's number next to the it's like right here. You can see the pilot's number, like all right next to that.
Wow.
Get it.
Yeah, so very, very, very detailed. Another thing that I really like about it is while you're, it's all about who's the better pilot. So you have to.
The answer is me, by the way.
Yeah, you have to preemptively do everything on here. So if you do something that you didn't want to do and you mess up, that was a pilot error, and so you actually can damage yourself if you're not like smart.
So what is this neat little thing?
So this is what tracks all your different things. So basically, I can pull out a turn. So these cards are basically all the different kinds of movement using kinetic energy and speed. But
Okay.
before you lay these down, like out, you lay them face down, and you basically set how fast you want to go. So it would decide out of these which one that you would pick. And you say, oh, I want to like turn like this, and I want to have a kinetic energy of 4.
And while you're doing that, I'm doing the same thing for the
Yes,
Cylon
and it's
fleet.
it's all simultaneous, which is
Right.
awesome.
Okay.
You can also raise the height of your ship, so you can go.
So go over this with me just so the people at home can see. So this is
Yeah.
where you were showing me with the height of the ship?
Yep. So that's the height of the ship. The center dial
Yeah.
is the radius. So how you want to turn it.
Oh.
The far right is going to be your speed. So how fast you're going, and then the kinetic energy is going to be like in dealing with like turns and how sharp you can turn, or depending on how fast you're going.
Okay.
This is really high component quality. Is this something that comes with a game? Or
Yeah, everything you see here is all in the base set.
Wow.
So, and we just released single ships. We released Scar. He's got his Cylon Raider, and then we also released Starbuck here as well for like promo. And by Gen Con, hopefully, we will have the Raptor and the Armored Cylon. So, another great thing is there are pilot power-ups, and there is over like 60 of them in the game. So there's plenty of variability of how the pilots can change depending on.
What do we have here? Talk to me about how this impacts game.
Yeah. So like so right here, this one adds acceleration until the end of the turn. So that one is you always have that with you, and so on that turn, once you use it, it's gone, and then you can get it back. But
Okay.
So there's one thing I wanted to ask.
Yeah.
I've heard that what really sets this apart from other games like this is the movement and how it takes into account things like drifting and G-force.
yes, so because you're in space, you can't just like physically stop. You're always constantly floating. So anytime that you want to stop, you're going to have to, like if you want to turn, you're going to have to drift out to, and basically there's like a counter that will have like a distance, and you'll basically drift out like a certain length. And then once you've turned around, this sets back to 0, and now you can go back straight again.
Okay.
Interesting.
So-
Interesting.
So show me, I know you were twisting this around. Show me here what you were.
Yeah, so on there is the dial, like the turn radius. So it's set at 0 normally, and then whenever you want to turn it, so you would do it on here, and then on your turn, then when you flip that over and show that, then you would turn that to the notch.
Okay, so the dial in the center here is going to correlate to the positioning on the base of the
exactly.
miniature.
Very cool.
Okay.
And so that is kind of a to keep so that you're not cheating, because you could put out this card and then like there's 3 different movements on here, so you have to probably pick what you want to do. So if you it's so you can't decide, oh no, this person went like this, I want to do a different one.
Take this other path.
Yes, exactly.
Gotcha.
So there are other games like in this kind of like combat style with flight and miniatures. You have your guys' Wings of Glory. You've
Sure.
got X-Wing miniatures.
X-Wing.
What really sets this apart, and like who's the target audience you think for this?
I think exactly what you said is like with the drifting mechanic. The drifting, a lot of people like, and it tries to keep as realistic to the show and like space in general. So there's asteroid fields that you can run and hit into. There's you have to there's a floating mechanic because you can't stop in space. And then another thing that I love is this. I think this is probably the awesome part is for the fans that really like the show. There's scenarios in here that's set to specific episodes. So you'll set that up, and then you'll get to play out your favorite like episode battle.
Oh, that's really neat.
Yeah, and we're planning to, and it's got that little flavor text. All the booklets in Battlestar, all the corners are pretty much cut off for whatever reason. So,
The small touches.
yeah, the small touches. Yeah.
In a typical battle, how many ships are you looking at on each side usually?
As many players as you want. Actually, tomorrow we're doing an event where it'll be, it'll be up to 66.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Yep.
And each person has their own ship, or
Yep.
you'll be commanding a few.
No, each person will have their own ship and pilot their own, and it's just going to be a giant battle.
So we're live. So for our viewers here who are at Origins, how do they get in on that? When time do they get to go see that?
Yeah, it's tomorrow from 1 to 4, and they can sign up through the events area.
Right.
Yep.
Cool.
How long does a game like that run when you have so many players?
It can be it's people can like come and go too. It's not like but it's going to be the full like 3 hours.
Wow.
So of just hop in when you can and take out a few. We're going to be doing giveaways like participation awards and giving away ships and stuff like that. So
Nice.
promo cards.
I would assume that the simultaneous action selection keeps it moving at a pretty good pace.
Yeah. So basically, we do like how it will work is I'll say plan, and then everyone will get like a minute to plan out their move, and then I'll say action, and then they flip over, and everyone we start from left to right in a circle, and they just all move around until everyone's moved, and then it goes again. Plan and
Very cool.
rinse and repeat.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And that you said that's tomorrow at 1?
Yep. Tomorrow at 1.
Nice.
Yep.
Did you want to bust out your phone and make sure you write that down in your calendar? before
Yeah, yeah, I got it. So let's stay in line, I guess, with the the maybe a little bit older. We've got planes instead of space combat.
Yeah. So this one, and let me just kind of, I will take this guy out to show everybody.
Ooh, may I take this guy out?
Yeah, take it out.
Oh boy,
You're so excited.
I know. They're so
We'll just
cool.
kinda
Yeah, there's a lot of detail in these.
push this out of the way here.
that works.
Yeah, that works.
Oh, I'll pass him down. Oh, there's a little green on it
Oh,
for the
on
grass.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh my
So
God.
basically,
What?
most of our fans are familiar with our series, Wings of Glory. Now,
So for
what-
those of us that are a little naive, What is Wings of Glory?
Wings of Glory is just like the game I explained, but it uses historical World War I and World War II planes to basically do air combat. So they're flying all around like this little guy that you'll see here. So this is our normal line of planes here.
Okay.
And so we have over 50 different types of planes that you can choose in the normal Wings of Glory.
Traditionally World War One or both World War One and
World War
II?
One and World War II combined.
Now we're talking your game, Scott.
Yeah. So then this kind of adds a more of War of the Worlds-esque. So now players will get a chance to control an alien force, and how the planes usually work is the same with this. They have preemptive movement cards where they basically play and move, and they have to plan out 3 moves at a time. Right. The tripods play a little differently. They still do the 3 move set, but they have energy, which are these little yellow cubes, and the energy is their cost system, because in like the movies and the books, they just run over everything. So this is kind of just a balance factor of if they run out of energies, their shields go down, they can't move as much, so they have to physically stop and recharge.
Okay.
The tripods also have, so each of them different. He's like a little fast guy. He can move around the board much easier, while this guy is more 360, very accurate. He's kind of your standard tripod. And then this is kind of the heavy tanker. He's going to have 2 different types of weapon, and he is going to have a devastating laser that if it hits, it's going to really destroy you. There's also nauseous gas that they can shoot.
Oh, that's
and if
lovely.
a plane were to fly through it, they would be taking damage. But that also costs energy. So you could just keep shooting out gas every turn until you run out of energy, and then all your shields down, all the gas is gone. It's even got this little projectile. So it shows that you threw it.
That's the best. The best. The small details.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
Is there a way for the tripods to regain energy?
Yeah, so when they stop, they can recharge. And so basically, their objective is to take, there's going to be cities and markers that they have to go to and destroy. When they destroy those things, they basically harvest the material from that city, and they can gain multiple energy back. But if they don't destroy the city, then when they stop, they just get 1 energy per time that they use the card.
Right.
Yeah, and each of them have a little bit of different decks. So like he spends a lot of energy, so he has 2 recharge cards, whereas these guys just have 1.
Okay. Cool.
Yep.
You've showed off these 2 flight miniatures games.
Sure.
How do you, or for the people watching at home, who do you think each one is targeted towards?
Definitely. Overall, just the detail. I think we take big pride in a lot of our miniatures, so everything looks really, really good. And then the historical people for the Wings of Glory, people that like World War I, World War II stuff, like historical fighters, and then the sci-fi people, if they want to, to play the aliens, they want to destroy buildings and mess up planes and stuff like that.
Right.
It's definitely more towards them.
Cool. And we've seen in other miniatures games a lot of expandability. You had mentioned there's a ton of plans for Wings of Glory. Are there going to be the same thing for the tripods?
Yeah. Yes, we're planning to make a whole full line. We're also making new planes just for the game specifically, and bringing stuff that we put out of print. We're going to be re-bringing that back.
Oh, that's cool.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
Oh, and something to mention right now, as it stands, the World War I planes only work with the tripods, and then hopefully by the end of the year we'll have revisions of cards so World War II planes can go in. And if you're already into the Wings of Glory scene, you don't need to buy this base set to get involved. You really just need to buy
The individual.
Yeah, the individual tripods, and then there will be an accessory kit that will give you all the little cubes and play mats for the tripods.
So
themselves.
tripods and triplanes is if you've never picked up Wings of Glory before and you think that's great and it's really caught your attention because now you have the tripods and the sci-fi aspect to it. That's the direction to go.
Yes, and each box will come with the standard tripod and one plane, which we showed earlier.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
All right. Is this scenario based for the setup?
Yes. So there is scenarios, or you can just lay them out. You can just like kind of lay out the like this would be like a village. You just lay it out behind the planes. But there are scenarios and battles.
All right. I assume with Wings of Glory, it's historical scenarios. Is there like a story that's being told in this one?
No. It's kind of just
hard no.
it's kind of just I guess the story would be like of the War of the Worlds. They're basically coming to our planet to destroy the planet to harvest our materials. I guess that would be the storyline, and the planes are all coming together, all the different countries, and they're fighting for human race.
Yeah, it looks like they're Martians. So,
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, there's your historical or your context of who it is.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
So
Very
you've got one more to show?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So let's get this all out of the way here. And the last one, this one's pretty quick. The artwork is gorgeous.
No minis in this one.
No minis in this one. It's a quick card game where basically you're trying to... by the way, it's Nightmarium. So
need the name of the game.
Yes, Nightmarium to start. But basically, you're working to build, essentially, these nightmares. And to win the game, you need to create 5 of them. Beautiful artwork on these little cards. There's a bunch of...
I'm going to flip it around just...
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's probably...
Yeah, we don't need to see that.
Yeah, we
fans
don't-
at home.
Yes, exactly. Okay. So let's see. Let's get another head here. Here we go. This guy looks creepy. Perfect.
That's
Okay.
This guy's
terrifying.
cute.
Happy
Alright.
insect man.
Yeah. So there's different legions, and they all do different things. You don't have to stick within the legion to connect them. So you can mix. There's Homunculum. There's insect type. There's like these gooey kind of green, nasty slug-looking ones. And so every time that you have created, you'll start by you have 3 different actions. You can either play a card, you can draw more card, or you can discard a bunch of cards, as many cards as you want. And for every 2 you discard, you get to draw another one. You have to start from the bottom and work your way up. Once you've completed a nightmare, you have to do these certain actions from top to bottom.
Okay.
And that's where the skill comes in, because you want to make sure that the powers stack in the right way to give you that full advantage, because one card might be, okay, you can take a head of another player and put it in front of you. Well, if you only have this, that's kind of worthless to you. So you would want a different head or have that set up before you completed that monster.
So what I was told was this is bears versus babies, but actually how it's supposed to have been made.
Yeah. Yeah, with beautiful artwork and creepy baby legs with blood on them.
It's some fun art. Oh, this one's good. He's got a knife and fork. He's ready to chow down.
And what's cool too is some of these can be used are just not torsos. They can be like used as the head, the torso, or the feet. There's like combinations like.
So you're not committed to one piece going into one part of that.
Right, exactly.
Those 3 sections.
So this little bug guy, this can be used for anything, and it shows in the bottom left.
Okay.
Where what it goes. So this is the legs, and that one it can be used for anything.
Got it highlighted.
Yes, and then the top left is where the ability is.
Ooh. So we could do something like this, and that's a legal play.
Yeah. Yep.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, he's looking good.
Don't want to be dreaming about that.
But yeah, it's a quick little game. $17 is a great price point for it. It's got an expansion already built into it, so there's tons of replay to it.
What do you mean by an expansion already built into
So
it?
there's like these legions where it basically just adds another mechanic where you have to better your score. You really want to keep track of keeping these and keeping the legions together to score extra points. Exactly.
What's the playtime?
Playtime 20 minutes. Learning 5.
I noticed on the box it says with support of the Dream Research Institute. Could you tell me a little bit about that?
And unfortunately, that's a question for myself. I'll have to ask.
Oh, there's some flavor text in here, but I don't want to read it because we're on air. Awesome.
Okay.
Very good. Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for taking the time to come and hang out with me and showing me all these, very small games with few components.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Lots of components here.
Where can our viewers go to find out more information about Ares and the games that you have coming out?
On AresGames.eu, because we're an Italian company. You can also follow us on social media like Facebook, all that. And then, if you're at Origins, come see us at 105 in Exhibit A.
Awesome.
Fantastic. And again, you guys have the event going on tomorrow. And what time is that?
1 to 4.
Let's see you then.
Okay.
Gentlemen, thank you so much for coming to hang out. Where can we find out more about your podcast?
You can find out about us on Cardboard Reality
Podcast.com.
podcast.com. Forgot our URL.
We're on Twitter at Cardboard Realit without the Y at the end.
Yeah. During character limits.
and what kinds of games do you cover?
We cover a lot of different types of games. 18xx, heavy Euros, abstracts, historical war games.
I'm surprised you didn't lead with that, Scott.
I'm biased.
Awesome, gentlemen, thank you so much. And thank you guys at home for sticking around with us. Stay tuned. We will be back with more great live coverage shortly.